Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hope everybody's doing good. I'm not so exhausted. All right. So tonight we'll be going in on thought challenging academic stress. My name is Elizabeth Newton, and my co-facilitator is Ms. Shamika Duran. Ms. Shamika, can you acknowledge?
Good night, everyone. Nice meeting you.
Good night.
Nice. Yes. Okay. Our goal in tonight's session is to notice negative academic thoughts, understand how thoughts affect stress, practice changing thoughts into helpful ones. Can one person give me 1 out of the 3? I'd appreciate.
Understanding
Understanding.
Go ahead.
Understanding how thought affects stress.
So, Miss Olda, when you read that, right, what is your understanding from it? Understanding how thoughts affect stress.
Well, first, like when I think about it, like understanding how thoughts like affect stress. Sometimes we just be in so many stressful situations, and we just like they say we act before we think. So we just act. So we just act on how we think. Or we just act before we think. So it's like, yeah.
Indeed, Miss Ola. It's like I would say, you know what, Miss Ola don't like me, and I just stressing about it, and I have my own cook up going on, and it's the complete opposite of my thoughts, and I am there getting high blood pressure and all of that stuff, right? Indeed. So before we dive into, can you all please write how you're feeling currently? One stress thought, one word just to describe how you're feeling currently. So we have Ms. Shumika saying drained, Ms. Rose saying overwhelmed, Ms. Roshana saying tired, myself a bit sad, Miss Older stressful. Stressful is something I could tell you we've been having quite often as a group. That's something that we are going through as often, right? Ms. Shumika?
Yes. So I do appreciate that everyone was honest with their answer. Just remember this is a safe space and that we are all here for each other and we should lean on each other's shoulders, not to be afraid and ashamed to say something. So thank you for sharing. I'll now hand you over to Miss Elizabeth.
Yes, and indeed to note to that, we are a group that have a lot in common, a lot in common. We have learned that over the past sessions before, right? So, anybody know, so one of the theory we using is the CBT. And in simple term, it's cognitive restructuring, right? Cognitive restructuring. So in our session today, we will be restructuring our thoughts that are not healthy into ones that are healthy. And in simple term, cognitive restructuring means changing unhelpful thoughts into helpful thoughts, right? That is what we are working to as university students and as a group. So on a piece of paper, you can take about 5 minutes and write down, draw a line or make a little bit, draw a line with 4 space, one with situation, one with thought, one with feelings, and one with behavior. So Miss Rose, what do you think might be the situation part? Because we have in 4, right? We have situation, thought, feelings, and then we have behavior. So the first part, Miss Rose, what do you think might be a situation?
Okay, so the situation, we could say, let's say the situation is an exam that is due or an assignment that is due.
Mm-hmm.
And like for me, with all the assignments that we have due right now, headache.
All right. So, Miss Danielle, right? No. Miss
Yes.
Shania, can you say what would be a thought will come about there? So the situation is that we have all these assignments to get done in a very short period. What will be a thought that will come out from that situation?
Me personally, I can think like, I cannot do this right now because I have so many things going on. Or what if I do this now and I fail or something? I can just get in mind, that there are so many other things going on for me that I cannot really do this exam. I am not really prepared. I'm not in the best mind frame to do this exam. I just can't do this exam. That would be my thought.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you for sharing. So, Miss Shamika, what might be the feelings? We can't hear you, Miss Shamika, if you're speaking.
Oh, I said for me it will come off as a bit a negative way, because I already know that we have this exam to get done, as Miss Oda would have mentioned, but we have so much going on that we don't know how to like compose ourselves to get it done. Like there's no positives, anything there. We're thinking of all the negatives.
Indeed, you might be anxious. There might be a feelings that you get. Sometimes it could even cause you to become very stressful and overwhelmed. And the behavior we might have might be, you know what, let me just go take a break. And then it leads to procrastination. Let me just let go for a little while. And then by the time you know it, the struggle is, by the time you know it, you don't start where you know that you're supposed to start. You keep putting it off, right? And it's causing even more stress. Thank you all for sharing, right? Today, as we said, we'll be practicing changing our negative thought into positive one. So, for example, I will read some little situation, and you will tell me what you think about it, right? Tell me your thought in the chat. So, teacher come to class, and she just decided that today, class, we have a test today, or we go to, all right. Miss Waldron just walked in and said, in our class, we will have a little bit of test on the topic we did last week. Now, for instance, you were at class last week, but you had so much on your mind, your thoughts are all over, and you were present, but you didn't really spend much time trying to grasp what Miss was teaching. What will be some of the thoughts? You can say. So Miss just pop up. Today we have an exam based on what we did last week.
Well, for me, it would come as a surprise because, well, obviously, how much pressure should just pop up. But you're gonna think like, oh gosh, I don't fail this exam. I don't fail this test because you have so much to do. Like you might know stuff that she remember stuff that she taught from the previous class, but like everything's not gonna be there. So like you don't say, I might get 1 or 2 things right, and that's it.
Yeah, that's true. Even when we study a lot for exams and we go before that paper, we still come out of that exam feeling, I don't think I put the right answer there. That's a thought, a very negative thought, and you're just stressing and waiting. Anybody else?
Yeah, and just the hardest, like if me come up with the exam now, it's like it would put me in a spot personally because I gonna, automatically I gonna become stressed. I'm just like I want to work gonna come on this paper, even though and we see in our old UG life, we would see like, sometimes we study for stuff and half of it and it won't come. So
This
it's like what I know might can come out and you don't know. I didn't even study in the first place because I wasn't even aware of this exam. So it's like the stress level and everything would be like above on top. So
indeed.
personally, I would be like very stressed within that situation. That's the first thing. And then my thought, as I mentioned before, is like I cannot do this exam because I'm not prepared for it at
You're
all.
not prepared. Indeed, and you will get a feeling it's like, you know what? I'm not prepared, so I'm up for failing, right? Or so we might get the thought I'm not smart enough. So these thoughts are called automatic negative thoughts. Automatic negative thoughts. So you're not gonna hear nobody say, oh shit, yes, 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 I'm so excited for this exam, I'm ready. Everybody might start going like, oh my gosh, did anybody know about that? I'm not prepared as yet, right? But all we getting is the negative thoughts, automatical negative thoughts. So, and a little bit, you all could give me a scenario. So now you as a person, you will identify a stress thought for you, something that you're dealing with.
Okay, for me, like I was saying earlier, with feeling overwhelmed. So my main stressor is stressing over these assignments. So like with Miss Waldron, like I literally forgot that we had her individual assignments to do. And till now she didn't even get it because I didn't get to finish.
Oh
So
my,
it's like all now I'm panicking. I'm like, oh, she gonna take out half of the marks and everything. But I just have to sit down today and realize that listen, it's gonna get done. I'm gonna make sure I finish it tonight and try my best to get it to her tomorrow.
Thursday or Thursday a class?
Maybe if I could get it done to her tomorrow, it
Uh-huh.
would be better for me.
But
Or Thursday.
had you had a conversation with her?
I talked to her today and her response is like, yeah, whatever, but yeah.
But at least she gave you a little okay that you know what, bring it in.
I don't think it's okay. It's just
I
that,
will still
yeah,
carry it.
I go carry it. Yeah, I'm gonna take it, but
And I understand that indeed is a stressor because for Miss Waldron, all of us we're looking to get good grade in
yes,
our coursework because most of our percentage is done in the different assignments and the group assignments.
yeah, that's true.
It even happened to me today when I heard Miss said one of the group did something wrong. And at that minute, I clicked, that is my group. And I had to go to her, but she had already read between the lines because she know the group mate that would have
Okay.
been the one that made the mistake. So she was
I'm gonna email her out tomorrow again and tell her again. So like, miss, it's coming.
so at least go on, carry God's will into her on Thursday.
Yeah,
As I always says, either a yes or a no, and whatever is it, we can fight through it.
and that's so true.
So, Miss Daniel, so one of the good thought is that can somebody give her a thought, a good thought? Because the negative side is saying, you know what, I'm not sure if Miss going to collect it. I'm not sure if marks will be deducted. So what would be a good thought for her to have at this moment? Miss Shamika, anybody?
I think the only good thought is I would personally think, okay, so if I get this done now, it wouldn't be as overwhelming as I think it would be. For me, I'll take the negative and turn it into positive because you can't be late 2 times. You can only be late as 1 time. You can't be late twice. So I would
That
think
is true.
trying to
That was
get it
my
out of the way.
identity.
Yeah.
Okay. So indeed, we can't be late. What? 2 times you said?
2 times. Okay, God, it only could be late 1 time.
Yes. So
Right?
anybody else would have a good thought?
Well, the statement with you can't be late 2 times, but a girl is late more than 2 times. So that's true actually.
It happens indeed. So you dare
Late,
going
you're
back to
already
ask
late.
some more time.
For me personally, outside of UG, if I know if I'm going to work and I didn't get up and make breakfast, and I'm already late, I'll go and get my breakfast and then going to work because you're already late. You can't change it. So same thing for to school. Yes, each day they're gonna take out a mark of the assignment. You're already late, so the best thing to do is try to get it done as fast as possible to take it in because
That's
we're
true.
already late.
Same thing with me. If I know I'm running
That
late for
is
work, if I be late and done, I'm gonna finish off my lunch and I can go whenever I finish. It didn't make sense to try and you're late already.
Indeed. So you see how sometimes when things are negative, we still try within our human self to turn that into something good. You know what? Miss Shamika said, I'm already late, but I'm hungry. I need to eat. She all of that responsibility that look I'm late, but I will get doing what I need to get done. Right? Also, Miss Rose, you can even ask for help because I am not gonna sit here and say I know it all. Sometimes we have
yeah, that's
assignments,
true. We don't know it all.
right? Indeed, sometimes I have assignment like for instance the same courses. I would not sit here and as I told Miss Ola a while back, I said I wouldn't lie. I said I know everything. I seen the report, and every day is this thing trying to figure out what is it that Miss is looking for directly. And I reached out to Miss Ola and she had gave me a little guidance on how to move forward. So sometimes we're not aware and we're afraid to ask, but it's okay to ask because all of us at UG have one thing in common. We're studying at social work and we want to finish God's willing next year. And I live with the policy that the knowledge that we have, we don't take it anyway. When we die and gone, it's gone with us. It's what we do now is what matters. Okay. Thank you for sharing the right. Miss Shamika,
Yes.
anything to share?
Um, I didn't get that.
You have anything to share?
Oh no, you can go forward. I give the
Okay.
negative and the positive thought. You
Okay.
can't be late twice.
So let's look at we have an exam. We have two back-to-back exam guys really in the month of May. One is 18, one is 19. What are some of your thoughts? Because despite we have all of these assignments to get done, we are still worried about our exam.
For
What are
me,
some of the thoughts that you have in now?
I didn't thought it would have been back to back, even though I know to myself that we have one final and two mid semester. But the fact that it came back to back, I'm now studying, okay, how can I get to studying without being overwhelmed? Because remember, it's back to back. You got to know if you're going to take 4 days or 5 days to miss Barber course, or if you're going to take 4 days or 5 days to miss Waldron, because one of the lecture is more manageable, while one is if you get it right or you don't have it right. So that's what I'm stuck between.
You have a little bit of anxiety and
Yeah,
worry that how to get this whole thing over, but you have to
you
get
got
it
it
done.
done. Yeah.
Understandable. Anybody else? Okay. So moving on to the next part. Today we all had received our grade for Miss Waldron. So when Miss Waldron said I'm going to be calling everybody 5 by 5, how was your thought? What was going through your mind when she said I will be calling you and you're aware that you know what, I'll be getting my grade today?
If she call out your grade in front of the whole class, and then you fail, and then everybody gonna hear. That's just one.
Indeed.
Then you're gonna study. Oh, I should have really studied for this lady thing.
Indeed, and then for me, I know I speak a lot in class, and when I hear she say I got call out names, and I know to myself I turn up at the exam, and I wasn't prepared. Like you know to yourself that you know what, this I don't think I pass, and I was like I tell my entire group I don't think I pass. You know, but I was surprised at least a bit I make it over the ledge, you know. So indeed,
So,
one of it would have been fear of failing for me today.
so Elizabeth, question: the grade won't be uploaded on Moodle. She gave it out in person today.
She gave you your paper to run through where you went wrong.
Remember
Okay.
the reason why the grade won't be uploaded because it's a part of the coursework.
Okay.
So we get the presentation, we have the mid-semester, and I think something else we had to do for addiction, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes, so it made up the 40%, the coursework, but the final exam, I barely made it over by an inch. Anyways, the final exam is what I still have to focus on.
Yes, but indeed, when you look at the paper, you're like, how did I get this wrong? This thing's so simple. How did I?
It sounds stupid after going over it back today. I was like, wait, where was my headspace? Like, didn't I see this? That was me today. That was me today. I didn't believe.
So we went through today. Some of us went through a little bit of stress. Some of us probably were not there today to deal with that anxiety.
At least I went through a bit of stress. I didn't even get to do the exam.
Oh my! I remember.
Yes.
That means
So,
mental.
Miss
no,
Walden
she's
was
not.
there today, right?
No, they don't have some segmentals anymore for mid semester.
Uh-huh.
No. So I have to. So I have to carry up my coursework grades and just study very hard for my final exam.
You see, you have to put in. You would have to be putting in the extra there.
Yes, I have to put in the extra work.
Indeed. So.
Yeah.
That's strange. To not give supplemental
so that's what she was explaining. That supplemental is not given anymore for mid semesters, only at final exams.
So, Ms. Daniel, what's your thought upon that? It's now
in the case, I messaged the dean and I messaged the lecturer, but like she said in class today, that mid semester is where the lecture facilitates. And I was in the hospital actually the day of the exam, and I was coming out the next day. So I pleaded and all of that with her so I could do the next day, but she was like, no. I just try not to think the negative part of it and just work hard for the upcoming exam so I can at least get a good pass mark.
Okay.
I think it should have been, for me, I'm not gonna call out anybody for me, but I think it should have been a thought seen as though it's health-wise.
That should have I even sent her pictures. I sent her pictures and everything. But it's what it is, man.
I like how you said it is what it is, but at the end of the day, it's overwhelming to have to think about it. That you know what, I'm going in an exam, and if I check my course grade, right now I'm putting the extra there, so it's overwhelming. You have all these thoughts that you're going through, but please stay on the positive side and know that when you put in, you're able to get it out back.
That is so true.
Right? You just require extra strength and resilience to get it done. So today, wrapping up, right? Today we learned that thoughts are not always what? thoughts are not always
Negative.
Right? I was going to say negative.
If effort.
yes. Okay, what? So thoughts are not always facts. They're not always true. They're not always our reality. Right?
True.
Thoughts are not facts. Also, we learn that we can challenge our stress thoughts. We can challenge it. So instead of saying, you know what, I don't think I might be prepared enough for this exam, you still challenge that thought and say, you know what, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to write what I think I understand and what I know. Right? To be positive about it. I heard growing up, if y'all never heard it, I think we should have heard that words have molding power.
That's true.
Right? And what we speak upon ourselves, the thoughts that we feel, it can really affect the way that we behave as we at the end of the day, we're a human being. We have emotions, we have feelings, and all of that are dear.
That's why they have a saying that what we manifest, you no matter how it take you miss, you will see it come to pass. Because I'm a living example of that. I manifested so many things for my life when I started believing in it. About 3 years, and I'm actually living it at the present moment. So you get up every day, look at yourself in the mirror, you manifest these things with God willingness that it's along the path where God is wanted you to walk. And so many things happen for me. So words are a really strong thing, and you can't just take it for anything. For me personally, that's why I watch what I say and these things.
Indeed, words have molding power. For instance, if you and your partner or you and a family member is having an argument and you said something to that person, they never heard it from you before because they never see you show certain attributes.
Yeah.
But when you say that, they will run with that negative word and they really internalize it, what we say, and sometimes we cannot take our word back. They will be 50 something and say, remember when you tell me you wasn't my father or my mother?
Yeah.
And that's how the human side stay, right? So we can challenge our thoughts to make good ones, better decisions. New thought can change how we what. When you turn a negative something into something positive, it change how we what. Anybody? Miss Ola, Miss Danielle, Mr. Shanna.
Like, okay, so when we change our negative thought, let's say we change our negative thought to positive thought, to me sometimes take a relief. Like it gave you a relief, I should say. Because like all the time you're thinking this negative thing, all right, this gonna be the outcome, this gonna be the outcome. And sometimes you just change it, like, you know what? Even if this is the outcome of the situation, it's always in the long run that this could possibly turn into good.
Indeed.
So just take a little weight off your shoulder.
Indeed, it take a little bit of weight off your shoulder. So you feel a bit more in this place, little more peace, a little more light, not so overwhelmed. Miss Older, what might be a feeling?
Yeah, like just to add from what the coach was saying, like when we replace these negative thoughts with like a more positive or realistic one, it's like, help us to feel a bit like calmer and more like confident and a bit and kind of less stress when we replace the negative with a positive thought. Even though situations might come, exams and these different feelings and pressures might come, it's important to know, like in times like these, we tend to stay positive, like say things like, this is only a season and at the end of this, everything is going to work out and so on. Like talk positive about ourselves. And I believe, as Miss Shamiza was saying, that we manifest things when we talk about we manifest things. So these positive thoughts and so on, eventually this positive stuff is going to come into reality and we're going to see like these changes and we're going to feel calmer, and this can also like improve our emotional well-being as well as students. Yeah, so I think that it's important to change these negative thoughts with new thoughts that can bring a more calm, more confident feeling as students.
Indeed, what you're saying. It brings about, so when we change these negative things into good things, it brings about a good feelings in us, a sense of accomplishment, right? So, Ms. Shamika, do you want to close off us? Because we almost time for us.
Yes. So I would say that I enjoyed this session. Really did. I was able to explain and explore my thoughts and my feelings. Likewise, I heard some of you stated and discuss as well. So for us leaving today, for me personally, I'm leaving with understanding my thoughts and what my words and action can do and how powerful it is. So that brings us to the end of today's session. And does anyone else have anything else they would like to say or words of encouragement that they would like to leave?
I just want to say thank you guys very much for conducting this session tonight. It was really like mind-opening and very full of feeling. I I get to learn and understand and know how we think as students can really affect our outcomes in many ways and how we feel. I also learn about the cognitive restructuring. This teaches us that, you know, to challenge those thoughts that we might carry in our mind to replace them with a more positive and realistic one. And as students, I believe it is important because it helps us to stay like